Okay, so I'm looking for the particular. Okay, show all windows. Okay, I've seen what I'm looking for. So we are starting data analysis straight away from here. Okay. We are starting the data analysis straight away. So let me start from here. Let me see if it's moving online. Sorry, I'm trying to make it more. Okay, so we can start now. People of God. Okay, so this is our data analysis. And okay, so let's start. This is the final topic, Abby. So I will not start fully today. I will just do the summary of this thing today. Tomorrow we just play with it. So after this, we are done. You have been hearing about data analysis. But I think it's not that as interesting as I actually like modeling than analysis. We enjoy this one. And this one does make work easier when you want to do. So let's say so what is data analysis? The data analysis is the process of inspecting, cleansing, transforming, and modeling data with the goal of what? Of discovering useful information, informing conclusion, and supporting decision making. So under this, we'll be looking at three things that are really trending. Let's say trending, yeah. So we have Power BI, we have Power Query, and we also have Power Pivots. So we start with Power BI. For data analysis, as an accountant or someone that's working in an organization, we have so many information, relevant and irrelevant. And at the point of selecting the relevant and irrelevant, I bet you can use your whole months in selecting it. But if you actually know how to use Excel sheets, you know how to use Power BI, you know how to use Power Query and the like, it makes the work so easy. So you can do the reports, you can achieve your aim in less than few minutes. You are done and you are good to go. So Power BI is a business analyst, service developed by Microsoft. So you only see all these as services on a Microsoft Excel sheets and the like. It provides interactive what? Visualizations and business intelligence what? Capability within an interface that will make it simple enough for end users to create their own reports and what? And dashboards. So if I want to create reports using Power BI, in the next 5 minutes, I'm done with my report. Report that will make sense. That when you look at it, you will enjoy it. You will enjoy looking at it. No matter how the information will be, even if it is 1 billion data, even if it is 1 billion information, and you want to report it in a simple graph, in a simple map, within few minutes, you can do that. And you are good to go. Do you understand? Why the Power Query is a data connectivity and data transformation tool available in Microsoft Excel and Power BI. So Power Query depends on Power BI and on Microsoft Excel sheets. Though you can do it alone, but for you to connect, you will do that from where? From Power BI. And most of our Excel sheets have that Power BI that we are not aware of. But as we move on, we continue to do that. It allows users to import, clean, transform, and combine data from various what? Various sources. When I say various sources, it can be Excel sheets, it can be SVU. You know, there are some PDF that if you open it, it's not open on your system because it's not compatible for that particular system. But once you convert it under Power Query Editor and you load it and save it back to the software, it will become normal thing that you can put. Are we good to go? So there are so many things you use it for cleaning. There are some rows, maybe you have like 1,000 rows. That don't want. The guy that I used to ask me, how are we going to do? If you have like what, especially the auditors, that staff and the client will give us like GL, that we have like 1,000 GL, and you want to filter it, you want to remove some lines that are not necessary in your report. Within just a click like this, all those items will disappear. And you will have the one useful one that you want to use for report. And at the click of just moving like this, your report is ready. Just like that. Just like that. So the analysis actually makes the work easier. Then we have Power Pivots. Power Pivot is a powerful data analysis. That is even the analysis aspect now. And modeling tools available in what? In Macro Excel. It's also available on Macro Excel. You cannot use all these things on Macro Word, on Microsoft Word. You can't use it. They are all on Excel sheets. Though you can do this on their website. There's also a site where you can do it. But it's better you upload it, you download the Excel sheet and start. We are going there. When we get there, we'll explain. It allows users to create sophisticated data models and perform complex calculations. There's a calculation that are very complex, that even for you to calculate it on your own, it will be very difficult for you. Like all this modeling, using the formulas and all these things, you can just at a click like this, you will see how everything will be done. Then, and analyze large data set what? Efficient. So these are the three major areas we are going to touch under the analysis. Okay, let's go to the next one. Let's start with Power BI. Now, for Power BI, we said data connectivity. That's the first thing. You'll be able to connect data to that particular worksheet. And what happens is that once you connect it to that worksheet, anything you are doing with that original sheet, as long as you connect it to this particular worksheet, whatever you change over there, it will automatically what? Correct it. And if you also link it from the side, maybe I want to analyze Dangote financial statement or their sales record, and I've been able to link Dangote sales record on Power BI. Maybe I did that on January. As they are updating the sales record in February, in March, in April to December, the team will continue to upload automatically. Yes, it will upgrade automatically. That's the essence of connecting it. So connect to various data sources. It can be Excel, it can be SQL, server, cloud services, as many as you can do. Then under Power BI, we also have data transformation. So you can clean data. There are some items, there are some information you don't want on that particular Excel sheet. You can remove it at the point, just at the click of button. Then transform and then prepare data with Power Query Editor. So as we move on, we continue. Then from there, when you are done and satisfied with the information on that particular Excel sheet, after you have cleaned, you have removed, you have done necessary cleansing, then you can now use it to do your what? Your visualization. That is where you can try to create charts. You can use the information to create maps. If you want to know how many sales was recorded in the north at the point of click like this, you get it. How many sales was recorded in Lagos at the point of click, you get it. And the like. So very, very interesting. Then dashboard creation. Okay, so create a wide range of visualizations like charts, like maps, like graphs, as many as possible. Then dashboard creation. The dashboard, so combine multiple visualization into interactive dashboard. So there's a way we can create dashboard. Like that's our QuickBooks. You can see that we have dashboard there. And once you click on dashboard, what are you going to see? The summary of everything you have done. That's what I want to see there. Then sharing and collaboration. So once you are done with your report and every information, you can as well share. You can share with your colleagues, you can share with your people, and you start seeing that. Then we have AI and machine learning. So integrate AI insight into your report as you move on. Now, Power BI demonstration. So under Power BI demonstration, we have creating a simple report. Or before creating a simple report, we will start from connecting to what? A data source. Opening Power BI on its own, you won't see any data. You won't see any Excel there. But it's an Excel sheet. But it's going to be a blank Excel sheet. Do you understand now? So what you now need to do, you need to connect a file, a data to Power BI. So once you connect it to it, then you just load it. Once you load it, then you go to connecting. After loading it, you do all your cleansing, removing, adding, and the like, merging them together. Then from there, you create a what? A simple report of what you can do. Under 5 minutes, you are done. Then building an interactive dashboard, just like what we just finished and what we just finished just now. Then sharing the dashboard. That is what Power BI is all about. So you must have been hearing about Power BI, Power BI, Power BI. It's no more than this. So the four major areas is connecting data, creating a simple report, then building an interactive dashboard. Then after that, sharing the what? Sharing the dashboard. Okay. People of God, let's enjoy the video.
Welcome to this video. In this video, we are going to connect to a data source. To follow along with
sure, we can hear
Yes,
clear.
sir, we can hear.
Data source we are going to connect to is a CSV file. I've got it on my desktop. It's called EV Sales. So this is going to be available for you to download under the resource page for this lecture. So please kindly download it and save it onto your desktop. So it's called EV Sales for the King County. So the file basically contains data from the Washington State Department of Licensing on electric vehicle sales since 2010. I have made some edit to this file so that it only retains the data for the Kings County. To begin, I'm going to open up Excel. So I've got the Excel icon here. So I'm going to double click to launch it. I'm going to open a blank workbook. So I'll double click to open it and then click on the data tab. And then from the data tab, I click on the get data drop down. And the data I want to connect to is from a file. So there are different data sources you can connect to, but I want to connect to data from a file I have on my desktop. So it's going to be from text/CSV because it's a CSV file. So I'll click on that. So I browse to the location of the file. So this is the file I selected, and then just click on import, and that will import the file. So it's a fairly large file, so it may take a while to bring that file in. When you are connecting to and importing data with Power Query, it gives you this preview window where it displays the data that you have connected to. At this stage, the data has not been imported. So you're given some opportunity to transform the data in case you want to clean it up, you want to take some elements of the data out before you import it. So this is where you would do that using the Transform Data tab. But for simplicity, I'm going to load the data as it is. So I'm going to click on the Load button, and that will load the data. It's a fairly large data set, contains roughly about 150,000 rows of data. If we click on the data tab here, and then click on the option for existing connection, you can see I've got existing connections here. You will see the connection has been identified in Excel. So at some stage, we may want to update this data. And by doing that, it will automatically flow through into our workbook. So I'm just going to click to cancel out of that. If you notice on the top, the workbook is called the default name, which is book 1, because I've not given it a name. So feel free to give the workbook a name. So I'm just going to do a file, and I'm going to save as. I'm going to save the workbook into a folder on my desktop called resource file. And I've called the workbook CSV data source. So that's the name I've given it. And I'm going to click save, and that will save it into that file. So you can see as I've saved it, the name on the Excel workbook has changed. You can see it's saying CSV data source. So that's it for this video. In this video, I showed you how to connect to a data source using Power Query. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.
Okay, so that is Power BI and Power Query. So from Power BI, you load the data. You can see the step when I was on that from here. The first thing I said is what? Is to connect the data. So you open a blank Excel sheet. Then you look for the file you want to work on. So if I want to work on Dangote file, so I must have, I will have that on my system. If I don't have it on the system at that point, I can actually log in from there and then go and take it from there. So as they are updating it over there, it's automatically new. It's updated. Okay, so let's move on. So I just have just 2 videos under this Power BI. Then after this, I will move on to the next one. I want you to have the...
In this part of the video, we are going to build some visualization and charts based on the data that we have connected to. To build the visualization, I just need to drag the columns or fields that I want to use into this canvas area. So I'm going to drag this product here and drop it in this canvas area. And this basically is a text-based information. Now, if I want to add some numerical data to that, I can add this sales column. Just drag that and drag that on top. And you can see here the sales field is numerical, while the product field is a text-based field. As you can see, we have automatically aggregated all of the data from the Excel table based on each of the different products. If I want to build some charts instead, I can do that. For example, I can drag this numerical field here and drop that there. All right. And what I can also do with this field, if I want to control the type of chart, I've got the space to do that. You can see on that visualization, we've got different types here. So I can just select, for example, I'll select this bar chart. All right, but you've got different types of charts that you can work with. Now, if I also want to view this by segments, I can drag the segment field here and just drop that in there. And you can see here is being able to visually display how the sales are represented based on the segment. So you can tell here, the government here has got most of the sales. Most of the sales was made to the government, and then we've got sales to the small business, and then enterprise, and then we've got the mid-market, and then we've got this. So just visually looking at this, you can tell where most of the sales took place. The next thing I'm going to do is drag another field here. So here I've got the country field. I'm going to drag that and drop that on the canvas here. Just going to drag to extend that. And you can see here with this country field that I dragged over, because we have some geographical data here, the Power BI understands that and decides to plot it on the map for us. You can see we've already got data added inside this canvas. Based on that, Power BI has plotted it on the map here for us. This is a really simple report, so I'm happy with it. So the next thing to do is to save this report. So I'm going to go File and do Save As. You can save it anywhere you want. So I was saving it on my desktop, and I'm just going to give it a simple name. I'm going to call it my first report. And you can see it has to be saved under the Power BI file extension. It automatically does that for you anyway. So just click on Save, and that will save the report wherever you have specified. So you can see now it displays the name of the report, my first report - Power BI desktop. I'm going to end this part of the video here. in the part 3, we are going to publish the report to the Power BI service. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.
So you can see these two videos summarize what you want to do under Power BI. Uploads data and use it for report. Simple, it's not more than that. That is what we use Power BI. So when we now go to the Power Query, that is where we are now going to start doing much work. There's not much work under Power BI. Majorly what we want to use Power BI for is for majorly reports. Okay, get as PowerPoint. No, what I'm using now is PowerPoint. This presentation is PowerPoint. Do you understand me? So this is PowerPoint. But Power BI is majorly for reports. PowerPoint is for presentation, like I'm presenting now. So Power BI is just for, it's not more than that. So they can give you 1 billion data. They can say, okay, for example, there are so many footballers in the world, and they are giving you their countries and their age. So they say, oh yeah, give me reports, put them on charts, put them on bar charts, and the like. Before you can select them, categorize. This one is the one is striker. This one is Africa. This one, it will take you nothing less than 1 year to do that. Are we good to go now? But as long as this thing is on the software already, is on their own side, all you just have to do is to get the data, load the data, connect the data, then from data, move it to Canvas. Canvas is the white plane that is dragging those things to. That is what we call Canvas. So Canvas is like, that Canvas has been formulated already. So all you just have to do is just to drag it. As you are dragging it, it's taking it up and it's calculating, it's obeying the instructions that you give. Are we good to go now? So that is all about Power BI. So let's go to Power Query. So what is Power Query? What is it all about? So Power Query is majorly for transform and analyze your data efficiently. You will transform the data and then you'll be able to use it efficiently. I want to explain the practical, understand what I want to do first before we now start doing the practical ourselves. So there's a particular, I have a particular file we are going to load. We are going to use Power BI to do the way they have done their own. Then from there, we use the same file on Power Query. From Power Query, we use the same file for our Power Pivots. Okay. So now, after transform and analyze your data efficiently, what is the next thing to do? So, what are the features of Power Query? So, data importing. So, importing data from various sources, just like Power BI, we still do the same thing. So, even if you want to start Power Query, you have to start from where? Power BI. You need to upload data, get the data into Power BI, then you now start transforming. Or you use Power Query Editor to do all those information. Then after that, you will use the data transformation. So data transformation is just for cleaning, for reshape, and transform data with what? With splits. After that, we have automation, automate data transformation task, integration, seamless integration with Power BI and what? And Excel. It's like I have two videos, short video here also to summarize what Power Query is all about. But before we get there, what is the steps we need to take? The first thing is still to connect to what? The data source, the particular data you want to use. So after data source, now, you know, when you apply data source under Power BI, what do? You will load the data. But when you are doing it under Power Query, you will connect to data source but you will not load the data. What do? You transform. So once you transform, you have already moved from Power BI to where? To Power Query. So it means you have started using Power Query what? Editor. So you remove duplicates, you remove filter rows, merge tables, as many as you want to perform under the transformation. So once you are done with Power, so as you are editing, removing and adding, you'll be seeing the tasks you are performing. It will be piling up by the right side. If you remove, it will show you that you have removed one so thing. If you add up, it will tell you that you have added something. If you duplicate, it will tell you that you duplicated this particular line. So that if you want to go back, all you just have to do is to delete that line of activity. Then you take you back to that, it will automatically correct that. So if you have done mistake, maybe you have done 100 activity, and your boss will say, why do you remove this number 2? If you are using number 8, what do? You need to start all over again. But under Power Query, you don't have issue. Just go to that activities where you have worked and delete it. Once you delete it, it will automatically go back to that. It will add that particular aspect, correct it immediately. Why the one you have done so far doesn't affect it, it will correct it automatically. Are we good to go now? So after that, at every transformation you are doing, at every filtering or removing or merging, from every step, make sure you are loading the data. Loading the data simply means like you are saving. As you are loading, you are saving. You understand? So that you can easily go back there and pick it from there. Then we go to Power BI. So I think that is the aspect there. So let's know the meaning of Power Query. I think I have 2 videos here as well. I want the theory to really be well grounded before we
Welcome to this video. In this video, I'm going to give you an introduction to Power Query. What is Power Query? Power Query is a business intelligence tool that you can find in Microsoft Excel. Power Query is also referred to as Get and Transform. It is used to import data from many different sources. It can be used to clean, to transform, and also to reshape the data as required. It is used for data acquisition and discovery. It can massage data to your taste or liking. It can merge disparate data together. It allows you to set up a query once, and then you can reuse it with just a simple refresh. It can import and clean millions of rows into the data model for analysis later. Where can you find Power Query in Excel? In older versions of Excel, like Excel 2010 and 2013, you have to download Power Query as an add-in. And then when it is downloaded and installed, it appears in the Excel ribbon as Power Query. In Excel 2016 and above, Power Query was renamed to Get and Transform, and it appears via the Data tab of the Excel menu. So I'm going to launch Excel. So I've got my menu here. So I'm just going to click on the Excel icon to launch Excel. And I'm going to open a blank workbook. So I'm going to double click to launch it. And we can find Power Query under the Data tab. So if we click on Data, Get and Transform Data is what is known as Power Query in newer versions of Excel. So from the Get and Transform Data option, if you want to import data from a variety of sources, you just click on this Get Data drop down here. these are different sources you can import data from. So you can import data from a file, and these are the different file options available to import from. You can import data from a database, and these are the various databases available. You can import from the cloud, from Azure, from online services, from other data sources, and you can also combine queries. So you can merge, and you can also append queries. In this video, I gave you a brief introduction to Power Query, which is also referred to as get and transform data in newer versions of Excel. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.
So you can see it from here that when you are working on the Power BI, we take it from the get the data. The same thing, the same process when you are doing the Power Query. The only difference is that you will load when it's Power BI, but when it is Power Query, loads and what? Or get and transfer. They are not too difficult to understand, but let's just take it as we are going. So how do we prepare your query? I think it's just two videos I have here, two for each.
And welcome to this video. In this video, we are going to be preparing our query. The best way to prepare our data is to set up a query. What is a query? A query basically applies to steps to our data, making it easier to analyze. Let's take a look at the resource files we are going to use for this video. I've got them saved in this folder called resource file on my desktop. So we've got the EV sales, which is the original CSV file that we connected to in a previous video. So make sure you have that. And then this file here called prep. This is an extract from the EV sales that we're connected to. It's going to be available for download on the resource page for this video. So please download it and save it onto your desktop so you can follow along with the lecture. Thank you. To begin, I'm going to double click on this file called prep, and that will launch the workbook. When you open the workbook, you may see this message about protected view. Just double click on this button that says enable editing, and that should clear the message. To begin, I'm going to click on the query option here in the Excel menu. So click, and that gives you these many options. So click on the edit button here, and that will launch the query preview window. So this window you can see here, this is known as the Power Query Editor. If you notice, within the Power Query Editor, Excel tries to determine the data type for each column. So if we take a look at each of the columns here, Excel kind of like tries to figure out what type of data is contained in each column. So as I scroll through, you can see the different types of data that Excel has tried to figure out. For example, here we've got the DOL transaction date. And what basically this means is the Department of Licensing transaction date. Also notice we have the calendar icon here next to the DOL transaction date. And what that indicates is that we are working with a date field. When we are working in the query editor, it's only a preview. So what you see here in this editor window is just a preview. So any data or any edits that we make in this preview does not actually affect or impact on the underlying data source that we have connected to. So it only affects this particular window. So the original data source we've connected to does not get changed. And each time you make a change to this query window, the steps you take are recorded on the right-hand side under applied steps. So any changes we make or any steps that is being altered here is going to be recorded here as an applied steps, which you can always go back to. You can also delete the step if you want to do that. If you decided that you made a mistake and you want to go back a step, you can always delete a previous steps. So Excel has automatically applied some steps here on the right on the applied steps. And these steps that Excel has applied was due to the data that we previously imported. So when we imported the data, Excel applied these steps for us. So we can add more steps by either cleansing the data or transforming the data further. So that is it for this video. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.
Okay, so I just want to make it more, even at the point of presenting, I want you to have the view of what it's all about. So that when we start preparing, not be new. So you know what you want to achieve and in the practical. Okay, so that is for Power Query. I believe you understand what is Power BI now, what it's all about. I believe we know what the Power Query is all about. It's not more than that. Transform the data to something that you want to achieve. And from there, you transform after the transformation, you get it to report as well. Okay, I think the third one is Power Pivots. So the Power Pivot is powerful data analysis and modeling words, modeling tools. So we use this one to do what? To do the analysis. And this is where the work is. This is where the workload is. So the first two is just to prepare the ground. This is how my report will be. These are the things I want to report on. I want to report on sales. I want to report on cost of sales. I don't want the revenue to be there. You remove the revenue. I don't want figures to be there. I don't want this. It's at the point of Power Query edit. You will remove all these items you don't want to be as a part of your report. You understand? So when you get to the Power Pivot now, that is when your analysis will now start. Okay. I think I have 2 videos under that. So what are the features of Power Pivots? Integration with Power Query for data input. You can see all these 3 are connected together. Power BI is connecting to what? Power Query. Power Query is connecting to what? To Power Pivot. So creation of data models, models and relationship. Use of data analysis expression for advanced calculation. What are the benefits of using Power Pivot? We have handles large data sets where you have so much data, like this data we are going to work with now. That is like a 1 billion transaction, 100 million transaction. So it will save our time. Okay. Then okay, so we have handles data, large data sets. Manage millions of rows with what? With ease. Then number 2 benefit is that data integration. You can combine data from various sources, databases, files, web services, and the like. Then there's advanced analytical methods or tools you can use to make your work easier. Then perform complex calculations and create sophisticated data models. Then improve performance, faster data processing and analysis compared to traditional Excel. The traditional Excel is what we use for our financial model. So we use all these charts, calculations to do the modeling. So we can see in Power Pivot, let's watch just 2 videos under it for okay, I thought I had okay. So under Power Pivot, we have getting started with Power Pivot. So what are the steps? There are some software. There are some laptop or Excel sheets that if you open it, you will not see Power Pivot there. And what do we need to do? We need to enable the Power Pivot on your software or your Excel sheet. So what we need to do is go to File. Everybody, let's try this one now. Go to your file, or open a blank Excel sheet. Open a blank Excel sheet. Open a blank Excel sheet. If you open a blank Excel sheet, can you see Power Pivot on any of your toolbars or environments worksheet there? No. So there's no Power Pivot there, no. So we need to enable it. So if you want to enable it, what do we do? Go to the file. You will see file is by the corner here. Are we together? We have started here. The thing is about to roll. Come to the side here. Click on file. If you click on file, go down under the many options there. Click on options. Click on options. Have you clicked on options? Yes. When you click on options, you will see another information given to you, Abby. Click on add-ins. Last, it should be almost to the last. Can we see it? Yes. So click on add-ins.
Where is it?
Have you seen
By the
it?
side, by the left-hand side of that picture.
By the left side,
Okay, add-ins. Okay.
click on add-ins. Are we there? After clicking on add-ins, you will see manage add-ins, Abby.
Manage.
At the bottom. Can we see that?
Excel add-in, manage Excel add-in.
See, this is
Sir,
what
add what?
it's on the screen. See, manage add-ins. Manage add-in. Can you see that on your Excel on the left side?
Manage Excel.
What you click on add-in? Have you click on add-in? Box under.
Okay, there's an option of the form. If you click the.
Have you seen it now? So click on it. Then click on go. Have you click on go?
Yeah.
When you click on go, then you will check Micro Power Pivot for Excel. Have you seen that?
Yes.
You click on it, check it, and then click OK.
Click on
Microsoft Power Pivot for Excel.
Okay, we should remove that thing.
Just click on it. Click on this thing, Micro Power Pivot. Can you see it there? How many people can see it?
I can see.
Click on it, like check.
One was checked before.
Check this one. That's what I'm saying. That one is already been checked, so it's like you are checking additional.
Oh, okay. So that I won't check it.
Don't uncheck that one. Just check additional. Just check this one. Check this one.
What I saw here is analysis tool.
Check this thing. Look for it. And check. The person inside has done it. Maybe she should help you.
So when I clicked the go, it took me back to.
I didn't say go. Okay, it's what you are
Okay,
looking
it took me to say.
Exactly.
Hello, sir.
Yes, I'm with you. Any issue?
Yes, sir. I'm on add INS. So what next?
The direction, I mean, the instruction is still on the screen now. Just follow it. After add ins, you will see manage come add ins. You will see that one down, 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 down by the left side. You click on the drop down, you will see it there. Then click on go. Are we good to go? Are we good to go now? Once you click on that go, it will take you to another surface, Abby. Then click on check on the micro power pivot for Excel. If any other one have been checked before, don't bother yourself. Just check additional. Just tick additional. You will see the round button, Abby, like a round button. So tick on it. So once you click on it, once you tick on it, click OK. Once you click on OK, to take you to Excel sheet. Now that you are at the Excel sheet, look at the top of the Excel sheet. You will see power pivot there. Yes or no?
Yes.
Thank you.
Hello, sir. There's no drop down that add ins.
Down, no. By the middle, like almost, how many are we physical here? About almost 20 people have done it too. So it means it must be there. So let's take it again for online. You will go to file by your left side. After file by your left side, you will see option. Click on options. After options, you will see add-ins. After add-ins, you will see manage come adds in. That will be by your left side, down, 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 down. If I could use that word. Then you tick on that Microsoft Power Pivot for Excel. After that, you click what? OK. Once you click on OK, you will see drop down there, so you can check on the drop down to see that Microsoft Power Pivot for Excel. Then OK. Once you click on OK, it has to open a new blank Excel sheet for you. And on that blank Excel sheet, by the right side, top corner, you will see power pivots. She must have done it. You've done it. Eh?
Where are you?
You have done it too. What happened to our own? It's not doing it. Don't worry. Let's continue for now. The same video you are going to watch, it will assist you. So now that we have power pivots on our system, the next thing is import what? Data. And we know where we are importing data from using get data Donabi, and that is from Power BI. From Power BI, if you have anything to do, to analyze, to adjust, you go to what? Power Query Editor. You adjust the data. Once you are done with the data, then you start creating relationship. So once you start creating relationship, it means you have started the Power Pivot. So the divine relationship between the tables for integrated analysis, build measures with advanced data analysis, write custom calculations to gain insight. People of God, what is Power Query? Enjoy the video in the next 2 minutes.
Welcome to this video. In this video, I'm going to give you a quick introduction to Power Pivot. What is Power Pivot? Power Pivot is a data analysis tool available in Microsoft Excel. Power Pivot is a data modeling technology that allows you to create data models, establish relationships, and create calculations. Power Pivot lets you work with large data sets, allows you to build extensive relationships, and create complex or simple calculations in a high performance environment. So that's it for this video on a quick introduction to Power Pivot. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.
Is that the video? That's too short, Abby. And now, just for you to enjoy and know the meaning of at least we have done Power Pivot just now. We have enabled it, Abby. And what the next thing to do is to start the calculations. So I'm just trying to introduce how to enable Power Pivot. So if you are here to do it, so you can still do it here now. Though many people have done that. So let's still enjoy.
Hello and welcome to this video. In this video, I'll be showing you how to enable Power Pivot in Excel. To begin, I'm going to launch Excel. So I've got Excel here on my desktop. So I'll click on the link here. So I've got Excel open. So I'll click to open up a blank workbook. So I'll click on that. To launch Excel, I'm going to open up a new blank workbook. So I'm going to click. So I've got the workbook open. So I'll click on the file option here. And there is an options tab at the bottom. So click on options. And within the options, there's an add-in. Click on add-ins. And within the add-ins here in the manage box, click on the drop down and select COM add-ins and click go. And then make sure you put a check next to the Microsoft Power Pivot for Excel. Click OK. And you can see here in the menu items, we now have Power Pivot here. So if I click on the Power Pivot icon here, this is the Power Pivot interface that you can work with. So I'm just going to click on the Home tab. Takes me back to the home page. So that's how you enable Power Pivot in Excel.
That's all right. You are good to go. So if you miss that part now, you should be able to use. Okay, that's the last one. So if you miss the first part now, you should be able to enable Power Pivot on your system. Okay, so the last video and this is just the last one. So we said Power Pivot is about data analysis. So we want to use Power Pivot for charts and for every other thing. So analyzing data using Power Pivot. So I think the video is about 1 minute or 2 minutes as well.
Welcome to this video. In this video, we are going to be performing some analysis using pivot charts. Pivot charts are used to provide visualization to data, making it more visually engaging. Pivot charts complement pivot tables. Let's take a look at the resources we will be using in this lecture. I've got it saved in a folder on my desktop called resource files. I'm going to open it. And it contains two files, one called charts and the other called EV sales. Both files will be available for download under the resource area for this lecture. Please download and save onto your desktop so you can follow along with the lecture. Thank you. I'm going to double click on this file called charts to open it up. When the file opens up, you may see this protected view warning. Just double click on this enable editing and that should clear that message. You may get another warning or security warning. Just click on this enable content and that should clear the warning. Make sure you are in the pivot worksheet. We are going to create a pivot chart from this pivot table. To begin, just click on any cell and then make sure you've got the pivot table analyzed selected here. And then click on pivot chart. When you try to create a pivot chart, it gives you by default a column, and there are other options here you can select for the type of chart. So on this occasion, I'm going to select area as the type of chart. And then I'm going to select the second option here that says stacked area. And I'm going to click OK. You can also resize the charts. When you create them, you can see these little circles around it. Enables you to move the chart around. So just grab and you can just move and then resize the chart as you want. Just grab and then just resize to your taste.
We have done this in
If we take a look at the chart, and if we look at the final year, which is for 2020, it looks a bit strange. So it appears that there was a sudden decrease in EV sales. EV basically stands for electric vehicle sales. So what the chart is telling us is that there's been a decrease in the sales for that year. This can be because at the time that the data was collected, it was early during the year 2020. So we didn't have a full data capture for that complete year. We could leave the data as it is, which is incomplete, but I think that the best thing to do if we want to reflect on the actual complete data for each year is to remove this year 2020 from the chart. Since the time the data was collected, there was only a brief snapshot of the early years. So the complete year was not captured. So the representation of that data in the chart is not exactly correct. So to deselect 2020 from the chart, here in the table under row labels, click on the drop down here. We'll wait for the drop down to populate. On the list here, I'm going to scroll down to 2020. Make sure you deselect the checkbox next to 2020 and click OK. And that should be removed. You can see 2020 has been removed from the chart. So what you can now see at a glance is the trend of new electric vehicle sales for the Kings County in Washington since 2010. As you can see in the chart, there has been a steady increase in sales pretty much every year. Up till the year 2018, there was a small decrease in sales in 2019. From the chart, we know that both the town and the city sales have increased quite a bit, but it's difficult to tell which one has increased the most over the other. We can change the chart type to a different type of chart that will give us a clear visual view of the town and city sales so that we know which one has increased the most. So inside the chart, I'm going to right click and then select change chart type, and then select the third option here, which says 100% stacked area. Select that and click on the OK button. So you can see right away by changing the type of chart, we have a clear distinction between the town and the city sales. So we can see clearly that there was more sales in the town than in the city. Looking at the chart, we can see that the percentage of new electric vehicle sales, that is as a percentage of the total in each year, has been relatively stable since the year 2012. However, there's been a slight increase in the city sales in recent years. At the moment, our pivot table is showing the raw sales figures, but we can represent these figures as percentages if we want to. So to do that, just click on any of the cells, right click. Once you right click on the cell, you see this menu option. There's an option for value field settings, click on that. Next, click on this option that says show value as, and then click on the drop down arrow here. And what we want to do is select percentage of row total. So select that and click OK. And if you take a look at the pivot chart, you can see that the raw sales value have now been replaced with percentages. So that's it for this video. In this video, we created a pivot chart from an existing pivot table. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.
Okay, so that is all for that. So where we are going now is just to go to our normal calculations, our normal practical aspect. So let me just show
Mr.
you.
James,
Yes.
Hello, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Hello, sir.
I didn't get part of the video.
You did what?
I didn't get some part of the video. I get to explain him again.
Which part? Which part?
The table part when it was was
No,
it canvas?
we are still going to do all this one. No, I'm just going ahead to see for you to see what you want to do. We are still going to do it together, one by one, the way we have been doing it before. So it's still going to be practical.
Okay.
Hello, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
After clicking from option, click on adding, then click on go. Then there is this option that is displaying analysis toolpack, VBA. As in, do I need to click on anyone or I just click on OK? Because it's showing hard scene available. It's displaying like 4 different types.
And just click on the only one, power pivot, whatever. Just click on only that one, only the one you want to do now.
It's not showing that.
Click on only
I think she selected the very first add-in, not the com add-in.
Okay, please, can you just, okay, so which one? Okay, now, okay, hold on. I've clicked on option, then I've clicked on add-in. So which one should I click on? Okay, I've seen, is it Microsoft Office Pivot?
Yes, yes.
Okay, is it that one?
Up down, yes.
What you say, sir?
Yes. Go to the one of manage. Under. Go under. Oh, don't worry. The video, I will send the slide once I'm done now. I'll forward the slide. Go to where the video is enabling the under the among the, as part of the slide. You play it, you understand it. Do you understand?
Okay.
So don't worry. You will
Because
get.
I want to follow, so I don't miss out anything. That's why I'm asking, because I'm just trying to understand.
Click on the manage. Can you see manage?
Where is she at the moment? Is it that adding? Is it that manage? Because from what you say, it's like he has gone to that where you pick the pivot. It's sounding like that. It's sounding like manage.
Don't worry. That video is very. You can see the way we watch it now. It's very clear. Once you follow the video, you will get it. So don't worry, I will forward the slide immediately I'm done now. I have it on my
Okay, is it on the manage? So hold on, sir. I clicked on manage now. There are some options there. There is Excel headings. There is a com headings or something. I don't know, Jare.
Home adding.
Click on it and click on go.
Click on
I should click on.
Go.
come adding and then go.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Then when you get
Okay,
there,
then
you take it to when you select Microsoft Power Pivot.
Power Pivot. Okay, I've seen that one. There is Inquire. There is Microsoft Office Power Pivot for Excel. Then there is Power View.
So
So,
click it and then click OK. It will take you to blank Excel sheet.
sorry, which one should I click on? Is what I didn't get that.
The Power Pivot.
Microsoft Power Pivot.
All right, thank you.
And click
All right.
OK.
Yes, I've done that. Thank you.
Can you see Power Pivot by the top corner now?
Top corner. No.
I'm home and all that.
It should be there now. So don't let us wait again.
It's not showing. No, I can't see anything. No.
Let's go. Let's Click it. go. What is it called? Click it. No, click. She will click there. Click OK. She will click there. And that is
Nothing is showing there.
So here now, this is the step we are going to follow. Data analysis in summary. This is just the summary. We are not doing much. We are not doing any calculation today because the head is hot already. So when we now come tomorrow, final. So we can use like 2 hours or 3 hours. We use the remaining 2 hours to do the party. And the party and the now. The CPAN. I said the head is hot.
Which head is hot? Let's go.
Please, oh, we want to come and enjoy the practical tomorrow. Let's come and let's leave the practical till tomorrow.
This already now. Do you know what I'm going to do here now? You know the level of what I want to do here.
When you want to say combat,
So the step by step. Are we together?
yes, yeah.
Now, there's something we call 365 E3 Microsoft. You don't know how many hours this one will take us to download.
When you say your head is hot,
Because I know we can't get to the calculation with what I have prepared for us to have. Now, there's what we call traditional Excel. And that is what we just did now. We just enable Power Pivot on traditional Excel. And this Excel sheet is just enabled now. Anything you want to do, you will do it now. If you forget your laptop in the office on your own, you must get to the office to get it before you can continue from where we started. If you forget your laptop at home and you go to the office, you have to come back and pick your laptop at home. That is traditional Excel sheet. But there's another Excel sheet that we call Office 365 E3. This is Agbahawo that used to call this. So what it does is that it's on cloud. If I'm working on this Excel sheet now, my boss can be seeing what I'm doing on my Excel sheet. If I forget this Excel sheet, if I forget this my laptop at home, I can get to the office, log in, and continue to use the Excel sheet. Are we good to go now? So that is what the world is going to. You don't need to be going up and down with laptop. If I have 2 laptops, leave one laptop at home, do the work. And it's online. This one is also Excel online. And we know that accountants cannot do it without Excel. So I can do whatever I want to do on my Excel at home, get to the office, there's laptop there, log in there, continue. So nobody can just stop me on the road and say, where is your laptop? I don't get laptop. When I get to the office, I continue for where I stop. You understand? So that is this. So how do we get it? We have 30 days free trial, but it's also a subscription. And this Excel sheet, there are so many things you can do on it that you cannot do on this ordinary Excel sheet. So this one is Power Pack. So we'll be doing the testing, but the issue is that let's see how it goes. If you'll be able to enable your own too. So to start, we have check Office 365 E3 try, set up the accounts with just 4 steps, email, create new account, confirm fair code they're going to send to you, verify, then create business identity name. Then you sign up and you get started. Then how do you install it? So once you are done with this, where is the? We are coming back to this. So once you are done with that, the next thing to do is what? Is to use the platform, install the Office. So if you install the Office file, there are so many Microsoft products, Power Pivot, PowerPoint, Microsoft, Team. You know, we also have Team that they use for meetings. All those are parts of what you're going to install. You can download it on your Excel sheet. You can as well be working on that site, doing all your calculations there, so that when you are done, whatever you do, you continue from there. Your boss can be 3 people can be working on the same Excel sheet at the same time. It makes sense. There are some companies that are actually working using only Excel sheets. They are big enough to buy their software, but they are not interested in software. They only focus on using Excel sheets. But the only thing is that they are subscribing for this particular Excel sheet. Excel sheet is very, very interesting, very sweet to use. They are very good. Some people, you can use 1 month to work on a particular data. Some people, they can use 1 day. It's how efficient are you on Excel. Understand? So it's on different. So we have admin center, authorization, local, start menu, launch, and the like. So we are coming back to this place to install it on our software. So let me just take you through that data analysis step by step. So what do we need to do? We all know the Power BI already. So what are the steps? This step will guide us on what to do on Power BI. And we also have a Power BI desktop or website. Do we all open this thing? Is it open? Yeah. Go to the Power BI website, click on the download free button, follow the instruction to download, and then install manual BI desktop on your computer. Let's start. We are together now. No get that again. You say I should do it today now. So they said download now.
We are watching.
This is what I'm using now. If you open that material and you click on it, it will take you to this one. Then download now. You don't have much problem. The problem is half solved. They always ask, allow, or whatever. We should start with you.
Hello, sir. Please carry us along. Go.
I've not gone far now. Just on that material, click on the the material I'm using now. Click on the link. I'm still coming back to Microsoft 365, but this one is
Which link? Which link did you ask us to click on?
under Power BI.
Power BI website.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
So we are doing download now, Abi.
Yes.
Click on download now. They said get it now, Abi.
Download now.
Power BI desktop. Download now.